Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is January 25th, 2026, and Barcelona are currently closing in not on one, but on two more signings. Yes, you heard that right. Also, Barcelona have blocked the exit of two Barca Athletic players. And finally, Barcelona have ruled out the signing of Nico Schlotterbeck. We have a lot to discuss, so let's. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Boo, and I'm still away from home, away from my YouTube studio. This is why I'm doing these short live streams to keep you up to date on all Barcelona news. This is not a podcast, so I will not be reading the comment section. This is just to bring you Barca's news as I'm away from home. Now, I did go live a few moments ago, so if you haven't seen that video yet, make sure to check it out. But now let's dive right into the news because, ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona have blocked the exit of two Barca Athletic players. The first one being Dani Rodriguez. Now, as you know, the 20-year-old Barca Athletic winger, someone who Giuliano Belletti relies on a lot at Barca Athletic, was negotiating his exit to Dinamo Zagreb, as I reported in a previous video. Dani Rodriguez has kind of outgrown fourth division. Right now, there's no spot for him in the first team, so he was negotiating an exit to Dinamo Zagreb until the end of the season, alone until the end of the season, where he can get more first division minutes so he can grow and develop. But now Barcelona have decided to block the exit of Dani Rodriguez. They've sat down, they've talked to him, and they've told him, hey, look, we need you. We need to count on you to get Barca Athletic promoted. As you know, Barca Athletic dropped to fourth division. Right now, the goal is to get him back to third division. And Dani Rodriguez is an incredibly important player for Giuliano Belletti. And given so many injuries that Barca Athletic's offensive line has been suffering from, Barcelona said, sorry, bro, you got to stay. You got to help us get promoted to third division. So it looks like Dani Rodriguez will be staying put at least until the end of the season. Of course, we'll see what happens in the summer because there's no way Dani Rodriguez is going to want to play in a fourth or third division if Barcelona get promoted by next season. Now, the other player that Barcelona have blocked his exit is, of course, one of the most promising midfielders currently in the academy, who's no other than Guille Fernandez, the 17-year-old midfielder who is the cousin of Tony Fernandez, the two cousins who are incredibly promising. He was not negotiating with anyone, but he had doubts about staying or not because unlike Dani Rodriguez, who is continuously starting under Giuliano Belletti, Guille Fernandez is not even starting under Giuliano Belletti. He hasn't been getting a lot of minutes under Giuliano Belletti. He hasn't been getting any minutes with the first team. So Guille Fernandez was starting to think about the possibility of leaving on loan until the end of the season to somewhere else. But Barcelona have also blocked this exit. They've sat him down and said, look, stay, help us get Barca Athletic promoted from fourth to third division. And then at the end of the season, we can talk about maybe getting them promoted to the first team or maybe sending them somewhere else. But for now, both Dani Rodriguez and Guille Fernandez will be staying put as Barcelona have blocked both of their exits. Now, let's move on from exit talk to signings because, ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona continue to clean house during this winter transfer market. We've already talked about how Barcelona have signed Hamza Abdelkarim. They're closing in on AJ Tavares. They're closing in on Onstein. They're closing in on Isan Gonzalez, which we talked about in the video earlier. And now Barcelona are set to complete the fifth signing of this winter transfer market. Well, technically the sixth because we forgot Joao Cancelo, right? Joao Cancelo was also signing. But now Barcelona are about to close in on another signing, and it's no other than Patricio Pacifico. If you've never heard of Patricio Pacifico, I hadn't. He's a 19-year-old left back currently playing at Sporting de Uruguay. He is considered one of the most promising players in Uruguay, in the entire nation of Uruguay. He's described as someone that's tall, physically dominant, typical Uruguayan defender, and technically gifted, a combination that's hard to come by because usually, big players, sometimes they lack, that technical ability as opposed to technical players who sometimes they lack the size. This guy got it both. He's tall, he's physically dominant, he's technically gifted, and again, considered one of the most promising players currently in Uruguay, and Barcelona are closing in on his signing. They're going to be signing Patricio Pacifico on loan until the end of the season. with an option to buy worth around 2 to 2.5 million euros that would activate automatically if Patricio Pacifico plays for 10 matches, and it would be for 50% of the rights of the player. So, in other words, if Patricio Pacifico plays 10 matches, option to buy, it's activated automatically. Barcelona pay 2 to 2.5 million euros to Sporting de Uruguay for only 50% of the rights of the player. And of course, the contract does include clauses that would allow Barcelona to purchase the other 50%. But right now, we don't know what those clauses are. Now, Barcelona have been negotiating this deal in silence. Nobody knew about it. The name that just broke out into the media, and they're saying that Barcelona should be finalizing the signing by next week. Patricio Pacifico, ladies and gentlemen, will be joining Barca Athletic with plan that maybe one day he could debut for the first team because, again, one of the most promising players in all of Uruguay, and we know the quality that Uruguay tends to produce. Now, another signing that Barcelona are set to complete during this winter transfer market. It will be Barcelona's 7th signing. For people who say Barca don't sign, it's just track players. 7 signings, ladies and gentlemen, during this winter transfer market, and this is not even a good time to sign players. But the 7th signing will be Youssef N'Daji. He is a Tarrasa FC Youth Academy player. He's been making a lot of wave in the youth league. He's been attracting a lot of attention in the youth league. Last season, he scored 31 goals. Incredible number for this young striker who Barcelona are about to complete the signing for the Juvenil A, which is Barcelona's under 19. Now, we usually don't talk about Juvenil A signings because, these are young kids who we still don't know how they're going to develop, but we're talking about this one because Youssef N'Daji has been making waves, a lot of waves. They're saying he's an incredibly promising striker. He is a physical striker who also has really great technical abilities. He's gifted with technical abilities. He has an imposing presence, but equally gifted with the ball at his feet, and that's very, very rare. Again, strikers usually, it's very hard to find a very big, physically imposing striker who's also good with the ball at his feet. Or if you find a striker that's good with the ball at his feet, they're usually not that physically imposing. This guy has it both, the best of both worlds. And Barcelona are set to complete his signing for the Juvenil A. Will he be joining, of course, people like Lovro Chelfi and, of course, Ebrima Tungara, the most promising player in the entire academy. Now, let's end this video with the news that Barcelona have ruled out the signing of Nico Schlotterbeck. Now, Barcelona, as you know, are currently on the hunt for a left-footed center back that they want to sign during the summer transfer market to replace Íñigo Martínez. And it looks Schlotterbeck was one of the main names that Barcelona were looking at because, of course, he is a left-footed center back. He will be entering the final year of his contract during this summer transfer market. Hansi Flick already has a relationship with him. In fact, it was Flick that gave Schlotterbeck his debut with the German national team. So Schlotterbeck kind of was like at the top of the list of players that Barcelona were considering for that center back position. But now Barcelona have ruled him out after carefully studying the player's profile and deciding that he's not really the profile that Flick is looking for. Now, even though Barcelona consider that Schlotterbeck has good technical abilities, good composure on the ball, and a wide range of defensive resources, they have decided that, or I should say they have concerns over his pace. Barcelona believe that Schlotterbeck would struggle to consistently meet the demands of Barca's high defensive line and pressing system. And as such, because of that, Barcelona have ruled out Nico Schlotterbeck as a possible signing for the summer transfer market for that center back position, which of course begs the question, who do you think Barcelona should sign? Of course, you know my opinion because we've talked about this name a lot, but I'm curious to hear you guys' opinion. So let me know in the comment section, who do you think Barcelona should sign? I think it should be Van de Ven. But of course, I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts. Anyways, that is all for this video. I went live a few moments ago. Watch that video too. I also did that post-match live analysis. Watch that video too. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And as always, be scars.